Hey, boys and girls, this book is called You Have a Pet What? Hedgehog by Ann Matzke. You Have a Pet What? Hedgehog by Ann Matzke. This is an important feature of a nonfiction text. It is the table of content. It tells you what subjects are covered in the book and what pages they start on. If you want to find just certain information about an animal and you don't want to read the whole entire book, you can go to the table of content to find out where to look. So Home Sweet Home is on page 16. So if you wanted to get information about where the hedgehog lives or what their habitat is, you would turn to page 16 to get some information. What kind of animal? What animal gets its name from the shrubbery it searches for food and the pig-like grunting sounds it makes? A hedgehog. Hedgehogs are not your typical pet. These interesting and unusual nocturnal animals with bright eyes, sweet faces, and prickly backs require special care and handling. Knowing more about hedgehogs will help you decide if it is the right pet for you. Days of the dinosaur. Hedgehogs are one of the oldest, most primitive animals to roam the earth since the time of dinosaurs. Imagine these little animals sniffing and snuffling as they waddle along behind woolly mammoths or saber-toothed tigers. Not much has changed for the hedgehog since the days of its prehistoric relatives. Hedgehogs are native to Europe, Asia, and Africa. The African pygmy is the most common species kept as pets. And this is an important feature of a nonfiction text. You got a picture here with a little caption. The caption says, "Fun fact, there are 17 species of hedgehogs in the world. The most common pet species is the African pygmy hedgehog. Other types kept as pets include the long-eared hedgehog and the Indian long-eared hedgehog. Originally from northern and central Africa, they are at home in grasslands, savannas, and scrub areas." So this is a map. It's another common feature of a nonfiction text. And the map key says African pygmy hedgehogs, yellow. So the yellow area is where African pygmy hedgehogs live. From head to toe and everything between, hedgehogs have interesting characteristics, abilities, and ways to adapt to their surroundings. Short, prickly quills cover its back. Quills lay flat and point backward when a hedgehog is relaxed. Its face and underside is covered in soft white-brown fur. A hedgehog's tail is short and rarely seen. It has 5 toes on its front feet and 4 toes on its hind feet. A hedgehog's rolling waddle comes from walking on the soles of its feet. Fun fact, hedgehogs like to run and can travel up to a half a mile during the night. A hedgehog can hear the high-frequency sound of insects while listening for danger in the distance. Longer whiskers help a hedgehog feel in the dark. Tiny, sensitive whiskers around the snout and the mouth help it search for food. A hedgehog has poor vision even at night. And the hedgehog's senses or smell and taste are closely related. They help a hedgehog find food by smelling, licking, and tasting first. They can smell a worm 1 foot underground. Curling into a ball. Muscles under the edge of a hedgehog's spiny coat control the position of the quills. A frightened hedgehog can roll into a ball, draw the edges of its spiny coat together like a drawstring, and its head, belly, and feet tucked inside. The quills are not barbed or poisonous. They crisscross and offer protection from predators and falls. The quills also help it blend into its environment. Hedgehogs have an average of 5,000 to 7,000 quills. Quills. Quills are stiff hairs. They are thick, hollow on the inside, and lightweight. They are short, measuring from 1/4 inch to 1 inch long. Quills are smooth to the touch, but can be sharp on the ends. Quills grow out of the skin and don't come loose. Adult hedgehog quills are permanent. Removal may injure the animal. Fun fact, young hedgehogs lose the quills that they are born with, replacing them with adult spines. The process is called quilling. Is a hedgehog the right pet? Some states, countries, and districts do not allow hedgehogs as pets. Before buying one, check with local authorities. Even if it's legal to own a hedgehog, you might need to buy a permit. Local animal control agencies or your state's Fish and Wildlife Department can help with permits. So here's a map, and the green parts show you where it is legal to own a hedgehog, and the red parts show where it is illegal. You cannot own a hedgehog. Hedgehogs are not permitted in Arizona, California, Georgia, Hawaii, Pennsylvania, and Washington, D.C. What to look for when selecting a hedgehog? Don't be tempted to pick the first one you see. Try to choose from several hedgehogs. Spend time watching them because each has its own personality. Pick one up and wait for it to relax. They're friendly with people they trust. Look for one that is curious and bright-eyed with no visible drainage from its nose or ears. Fun fact, hedgehogs can be litter trained like cats, so they can use like a kitty litter box. Home sweet home. Hedgehogs are solitary animals, which means they like to live alone. The scent of a dog or cat nearby can stress them out. Pet pointers. A pet hedgehog needs an indoor rabbit cage or hutch without wire bottom, a dark place to sleep and burrow, or a sleeping hut, safe, easy to clean cage liner made from washable cloth or paper pellets. Heavy crock or bottle of water, large exercise wheel, heavy food bowl to prevent tipping, plenty of places to hide, a shallow litter box open on one end and filled with pellet paper litter. African pygmy hedgehogs come from warm climate. They need the room temperature to be consistently between 75 and 80 degrees Fahrenheit. A hedgehog's cage should be placed somewhere to receive 12 hours of daylight and 12 hours of darkness. They have sensitive ears, so find a quiet, out-of-the-way spot for the cage. At night, when hedgehogs are awake, they are on the move. Don't let them get bored. A pet hedgehog needs plenty of toys, tubes, and hideaways to explore. Welcome to the family. Move-in day can be stressful for hedgehogs. Keep noises down and speak softly. Introduce new things slowly. Spend time getting to know one another. Friendly hedgehogs are handled often. Your hedgehog will soon recognize you by your scent. Pet pointers. You can help your hedgehog get to know your scent by wearing a t-shirt all day, then draping it over your pet's cage. New lotions and perfumes can confuse your hedgehog because they cover up your original scent. Handling a hedgehog. Handle your hedgehog when it is awake. Be quiet and slow. Pick it up with your hands, not gloves. Put a hand on each side of your pet and slowly bring them together. Set your new pet in your lap or another safe place in case it wiggles free. It may be shy at first. Be patient and gentle. Talk in a calm, quiet voice. Gentle stroking it will help it relax. Reward your pet with a treat for good behavior. Staying fit and healthy. Hedgehogs grow to be 6 to 8 inches long and weigh 18 to 25 ounces. They live an average of 5 to 8 years. Hedgehogs need a balanced diet. Their daily intake should include dry, hard food, a few live insects as a treat, a small amount of fresh fruits and vegetables. Consult a veterinarian about the specifics of your pet's diet. Do not leave food out all day. Feed your hedgehog in the morning and evening when it's awake and most active. Finding a veterinarian. It is important to find a veterinarian who is knowledgeable and cares for hedgehogs. Ask for recommendations when purchasing your hedgehog. Keep the phone number handy for a 24-hour veterinary clinic in case of an emergency. If your hedgehog becomes ill or injured, you want to seek medical help quickly. Behavior. Hedgehogs are fast runners, good climbers, explorers, and escape artists. Make sure your pet's cage is safe and secure. Hedgehogs like to hide in warm, dark places. To find a hiding hedgehog, get on your hands and knees and explore under and behind appliances and furniture. Grooming. Hedgehogs keep themselves fairly clean, but occasionally you might need to give your pet a bath in a small sink or basin. Place your pet in about an inch of warm water using a spray bottle. Spray warm water on the quills and gently clean the skin and quills with shampoo and a soft brush. Rinse well, being careful not to get water or shampoo in its eyes, ears, nose, or mouth. Wrap your hedgehog in a smooth towel to dry. When the bath is over, reward your pet with a treat. Bath supplies: spray bottle, gentle hypoallergenic shampoo, soft toothbrush, and smooth towel. Self-anointing. When hedgehogs smell or taste something strange, they can make a frothy saliva in their mouth. They'll spread the saliva across their quills with their long tongues. This is called self-anointing. Sometimes it will be a couple of licks, and other times they may spend several minutes covering their quills. Hedgehogs do this to smell like the new object. They also may cover themselves the way to cool down or protect themselves from something. If the hedgehog doesn't clean off the dried saliva, you may need to give it a bath. Fun fact, self-anointing is when an animal smears secretions or parts of other animals or plants on itself. They may not be soft and cuddly like kittens or puppies, but hedgehogs are fascinating pets. Things to think about if you want a pet hedgehog. Can you have a hedgehog where you live? Can you provide the equipment needed? Do you have time to care for and interact with a hedgehog? And can you make the commitment for 6 to 8 years? Glossary. This tells you important words that are in the book and what they mean. Drawstring. A string or cord that closes or tightens a bag or piece of clothing when you pull the ends. Frothy. Lots of small bubbles in or on top of a liquid. High frequency. High-pitched sounds. Nocturnal. To do with the night or happening at night. Permit, to allow something. Predators, animals that hunt other animals for food. Primitive, an early stage of development. Savannas, flat grassy plains with few trees or no trees in tropical areas. Snout, the front part of an animal's head. Solitary, prefer to be alone. Waddle, to walk awkwardly, taking short steps and swaying from side to side. And this is the index. It tells you important words that are in the book and what pages they are on. The word Africa is on page 8 and 9. The word nocturnal is on page 5 and 17. Their diet, page 23. Solitary, page 16. So the index is another important feature of a nonfiction text as well as the glossary, and it can give you good information about the subject you're learning about. And this page is about the author. This has been a book called You Have a Pet What? Hedgehog. Hope you liked it.